Hello, today I'm gonna make a humid hide with this water bottle. It's gonna look like this, but smaller. This is the top and this is the bottom. Goes in like that. And then there's your humid hide. Right now I'm gonna take off the lid so that we can give it some air. So we can squeeze it down so we don't cut ourselves. I'm gonna cut right here, and maybe right here. We'll figure it out as we go. Actually, I'm gonna cut more lower, just so that we have more room. Be careful not to cut yourself. You always cut away from yourself. If you're someone who's young, get a parent's permission before you're dealing with scissors, even safety scissors. As you can see, we don't have a door and it's hard to put in the bottle, so we're gonna cut one. I'm gonna dry this water bottle out so we don't attract mold. I'm going to cut a little doorway. I like to do a square, but you can do a rectangle or a half circle if you want. There's a little opening right there. It's also more flexible. See, I can cut in way easier. So now we have this big long thing. We're gonna cut it down from the top, and then we're gonna leave a few inches. If you put substrate in here, then you'll have to leave an inch or two. But I'm just using it as a hide, because I already have humid hides, and this is pretty small. So just a hide for this size. If you want a humid hide, it would be like a gallon. And there we go. This is the middle. And we're gonna dry out the bottom also. We can just trash that. We don't need that anymore. Unless you find some use for it, but I don't, so I just throw it away. Put that in there. And then we have that little opening right there. We're gonna line up our scissors to it, and then we can cut out our lower door. Cut off the little flap that we made. And then you have the little door. I think you can see it now. See how it's sharp? We're gonna have to do something to that to soften it up. You can use sandpaper, scissors, a soldering iron, or hot glue. And if you want to go really DIY, you can use concrete, I guess. I don't know. It might work. It's like sandpaper, I guess. I'm gonna try soldering iron first. We'll see how that goes. I haven't done it before because I didn't see a reason to when I was younger. But as I got more information, researched more, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to soften it up. Whoops. But luckily my other humid hide has softened up out of being worn out, so it's not hard anymore. This little one, we're gonna soften it up. We're softening it up because lizards like to rub on things, and we don't want them to bleed from tearing up their scales. Sorry for the light difference, that's all the clouds going over the sun. I'm gonna turn that off for now. And you can see it's done. I still feel it being rough. We'll have to fix that. I'm gonna turn it back on and try some more, because I still feel it being rough. We're gonna round it out if possible. So I'm gonna go at an angle this time instead of just straight on. And there we go. As you can see, as it cools off, it's still pokey, like sharp. So I think I'm just gonna put hot glue on it. I've done this with scissors for crickets, and it's worked fine. You can also sand it to soften it. I'm not using a lot of hot glue. I'm just using enough where it covers it. As you can see, I got the top layer done. And I'm just going to do the bottom and the sides. And then the other one. Alright, we got one side done. Now time for the others. The bottom and then the other side. And there we go. We got the other side and the bottom done. And now we'll just let that dry. It dries fast because it's hot glue, so that's a good thing about that. And here you can see it now. And now we're gonna do the top. So my video cut off, but here's the bottom, and we're gonna show you the top. And here's the top. I did all the sides. fit inside there. So as you can see, this doesn't really work inside it. It works for more of a bigger bottle. I'm gonna put the top on. If you have a snake, you can take that off and let them go through it. But I have lizards, so that doesn't really help. I'm gonna take this out, actually, and see if it works a different way. It's hard to put on because the glue is trying to stop each other. So there you have it. It looks like Darth Vader, kind of like an Angry Bird Darth Vader. So it worked a lot better. He's putting it on the outside. So there you go. You can decorate it however you like. I just like to keep it plain. This is the other that I did. This goes on the inside and it fits good. I'm gonna smooth that out with some scissors after cutting this piece off. Now, be careful doing this part, because you can cut yourself really easily. I had the scissors at all times where I knew I wouldn't cut myself. If you're scared of cutting yourself, use some puncture-proof gloves. You can also use a sander, which is better, and you don't have to use puncture-proof gloves for those. And now it's all smooth. These are already worn out, so I'm not going to worry about these. And I don't have to worry about the bottom since it lays down in it. And then the lizard can't get to it, so I don't have to worry about those. Just like that. And then the soil is in the way also. So this gallon is a good idea. And if you have a snake, you can still take the lid off so they can crawl through.